Good day, Black Bear Nation. Today we're going to talk about creating a spreadsheet and then inserting a bar graph. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to open up your Google Drive. You're going to click on Create, and then you need to scroll down and choose Spreadsheet. Okay, from here we're going to recall that going down are columns and going across are rows. So the first thing that you need to do is click on column C1, and then you're going to insert your title. And today we're going to be talking about fruits. So we're going to title it your first name and then the word fruits. Now we need to do some formatting to this because with the title we want it to stick out. So we're going to double click and we're going to highlight what's inside. I'd like you to choose the center option to format, and then let's change the size. Let's make it really big to 18. Now let's make it bigger than that. Let's go down to 24, and then let's change the font to something that's readable. In the spreadsheet you only have about 6 choices here, so most of them are readable. Now the problem is when you make something really large like this, it cuts off some of your wording. So we need to adjust or format the column. You're simply going to come up here, and when your cursor turns into a double arrow, you're going to just click and drag just to make it larger. Okay, so there's our title. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to click in column A2, and we're just going to type in about 4 choices of fruit that you like. So I'm going to do strawberries. Okay, as you can see, I've added grapes, oranges, and bananas. In row B, or column B, we're going to click on column or row B2, and we're just going to put the amount of these fruits that you eat maybe in a week. You can make these numbers up. Let's keep them below 10 though. So let's say I'm going to put 5. I'm going to click the enter button to go down to the next row. Grapes, I'm going to say 9. Oranges, maybe I eat 3 oranges, and bananas I eat 2. Okay, now we have our spreadsheet completed, but now it's time to create a chart. So you are going to click in row or cell A2 and drag across and down to highlight all of the work that you just typed in. Up on the toolbar, find Insert Chart icon. Click on that. Like I said, today we're going to work on a bar chart. So our recommended chart is already highlighted for us today. So we're going to click on that. At the top, we're going to choose Customize. And this is where we're going to change what this chart over here looks like. So we need to add a title. So I'm going to call mine Christie's Fruits. I'd like to change the size of it. I'd like to make it pretty large. So I'm going to make it to 30. And I'm going to change the font. I like this Comic Sans. I'm going to scroll down, and now I'm going to change the axis. So like this particular axis is called the left vertical axis, and all that simply does is give you the title of what's listed right here vertically. Down here you'll notice that we also have to change the horizontal axis title. So if we click in this particular box, it gives us a drop-down menu. I'm going to choose left vertical, which is right here, and I'd like to title this Types of Fruits. I like to change now the horizontal axis title by clicking up here and choosing horizontal, and I'm going to type in the word quantities. And click Insert. Okay, you'll notice that now we have a pretty large chart, bar chart. You'll notice that our vertical axis has a title and our horizontal axis has a title. Problem is you can't see what the data is behind it, so we're going to click at the top of the chart and you'll notice a little hand appears. We're going to drag down and place it below that chart. Now you'll notice that a couple different things come up. If we want to edit anything in here, we simply just click. If I want to change the color of the bars, let's say I like purple, I'm going to change it to purple. This little dot out here, we're going to get rid of that legend. So I'm going to click and I'm going to choose none, and that disappears. Okay, after I have this all situated where I'd like to have it, I might want to pull up just a little bit just so it all fits on one page. I'm now going to share it with my teacher to make sure that my teacher has access to it so she can grade it. So up here at the top, I'm going to click the share button, and I'm going to title my spreadsheet my first dot last name, insert a hyphen, and then the title of this lesson. And the title of this lesson is bar chart. and I'm going to click Save. And you'll notice that I'm giving access to my teacher right here. So your teacher should have their first name dot last name at rvbears.org. And you want to be careful, because if you'd like to have the person that you're sharing your document with edit it, you can choose edit. If you'd like them to comment on it, you can choose comment, or you can just to choose view. What we would like you to do is make sure that you choose can comment, because this is how your teacher will grade your particular activity for the day. And then go ahead and click share. You'll notice now that this is private to you. Right here you are. Actually, this is me. And then the teacher in which you shared it with. And then go ahead and click done, and this brings us to the end of this particular lesson. Thanks for listening and have a wonderful day.